everyone, and welcome to Wine, Reel, and Print. My name is Ryan.
My name is Kevin.
And today...
This is really weird.
This is really weird. So we are recording via the app that we use to record virtually.
Yeah.
We are using it today for this as well. So it will look different. It hopefully doesn't sound different, but it might. Hopefully it sounds good.
Yeah.
And what's hilarious is we have a monitor up right in front of us. So I'm like looking at myself, which is great for the camera, but it's turning Kevin into mush. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, this is tough.
But so today we're talking about for those of you that know, we have a sheet with random topics and things like that we roll, that we determine what we're going to do. This actually wasn't on that.
Yes.
You might notice this. We usually do that, but this time we didn't. This was actually kind of an assignment by Kevin for the work that Kevin, you were doing on your creative endeavors. So we had set this up, I think in July.
Months ago.
Yes, months ago.
Before I disappeared.
Yeah, exactly. And you went into your cave.
Yeah.
And you came out and a lot of great things happened inside that cave. So congrats
I had a beard
to you.
and everything.
Exactly. So I think it makes sense. You know, we have 4 movies, Atemporal cinema. Tell me, Kevin.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, so before we start, I want to throw a little audible because after watching it, I just feel like I want to change the title a little bit.
Ooh.
And like recontextualize
That you can't do.
What we're talking about. Well, it just felt like very appropriate now at this juncture, like me working on my own stuff.
Yeah.
And then watching back on these movies, it just feels like an appropriate time to do a meta-realism episode.
Oh.
And to turn this into a meta-realism episode.
Okay. It's like the end of Thunderbolts. I don't know if you heard about the end of Thunderbolts, the movie that came out. It ends, in the end, the title changes because it's Thunderbolts with an asterisk.
Oh, sure.
It changes to the New Avengers.
Oh.
That's what just happened here.
Yeah.
But at the start.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's why they had the asterisk.
Yeah. Atemporal cinema with an asterisk.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Cool.
And so, I feel like coming of age as a genre is kind of perfect for this topic. And I think all of these movies hit meta-realism in a way that feels more kind of pertinent versus like the atemporal. Because I feel like, I don't know. I guess all of these movies are a little atemporal.
They are one-ish. One felt like it didn't fit with all the others.
Which one?
Little Women.
Okay, yeah.
Which I was going to talk to you about that, but in the atemporal sphere. I mean, it is atemporal, obviously.
Yeah.
But the other 3, like almost like elevate film as a genre.
Yeah.
You know, and they felt like they were doing a lot of things
differently.
Yeah. So that was my own. I didn't know if that's where you were going with it, but you were kind of saying.
Well, I think that's a great intro to what I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
Because we'll start with Little Women and then we'll get into all the other ones.
Perfect.
So, kind of my intro to this. So, I mentioned meta-realism a lot. That comes up in a lot of conversation. It feels like
a favorite of yours.
So to kind of give a basic overview at the start of like a general definition. Like meta-realism is this idea of layering multiple realities into each other where they blend together, they influence each other, and sometimes transform into something new.
Yeah.
I feel like the coming-of-age genre is perfect for meta-realism because you're layering childhood and adulthood into each other in ways that like blend, but also like aren't either one of those things at the same time. So I feel like all these movies are commenting on this thing of like that time in your life when your childhood has to confront becoming an adult.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so all these movies are doing that in like stylistic ways and then like in the story it's kind of direct ways as well.
Yeah.
And so, that's kind of like the intro of what I kind of want to talk about
Okay.
with these things. I feel like a great starting point is Little Women. In my opinion, the 2019 movie from Greta Gerwig, featuring Saoirse Ronan, Florence Pugh, Timmy Shimmy, and the like, amongst other people.
Yes. There's a long list.
It's a big cast.
Yes.
It's a big cast. To me, Little Women most clearly divides past and present.
Yes.
And being a child and being like this older, more responsible person. And it's creating a very like simplified version of like how style can express both of these things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So Greta is kind of outspoken in her interviews and stuff about this, how the youth is meant to feel more fluid, like moving camera, bright golden hues. And then the past is like colder, rigid, like the camera's locked off.
Yeah.
So there's kind of like an intentionality to the way everything's shot between these two different time periods and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
It bleeds into the form. We love that. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think a huge part of this conversation is going to be form.
Yes.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got it. And I mean, compared to the rest of the four, this feels so reserved in what it could have done.
Right.
But it was cool how I think I appreciate more and more kind of these atemporal movies that don't aren't so up in your face. Well, I'm trying to remember. It actually has been a little bit since I watched Little Women because it was kind of like when I thought we were going to do the episode.
Right.
So it hasn't. So you're going to have to correct me.
A few months.
Yeah. So are there titles in it that divide the time periods? I don't think so. Right. It just kind of like cuts between them. No. Yeah. I like that in a lot of ways. Like I like kind of figuring out and determining it.
Yeah.
Because it's like your car starting and stopping. Like all of a sudden you're thrown into something else and you have to kind of solve it.
Right.
You know, Wong Kar-wai being like the king of this sort of thing.
Right.
And so that's something I really appreciate about this is like what is very different than all of these other ones, which all kind of like clearly delineate themselves.
Right.
Just kind
like
of in
very, very different.
Very different, but still like all kind of like linearly moving forward.
Sure.
While this one kind of like is
jumping back and forth.
Yep. Jumping back and forth, kind of bleeding into each other. The past kind of revealing, or the future revealing the past, revealing the present sort of thing.
Yeah. Very well put.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Like these other two are more linear in its story, but like the editing makes it very atemporal.
Oh, yes.
Whereas this is like, it's super atemporal in the editing, in the way like they're going back and forth between these two things. And that was a huge influence. Just that very idea of like going back and forth between past and present was like an influence on the thing I was working on, Seeking Something Missing.
Oh, yes,
like,
yes.
Obviously going back and forth between these two eras. Right?
Yes.
But I think another thing to add of like obviously these other films are doing things different and are more bold, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to contextualize this Little Women with the other previous Little Women's, in that this is to the other Little Women's what these other movies are.
That's what. So I've never seen the other Little Women's, but that is so funny to call them Little Women's. I do love that.
Yeah, English.
I just
great.
imagine them like as little people.
Yeah,
like a bunch of Little Women's.
It's a kindergarten class.
Exactly. All right, Little Women's.
Yeah.
Everyone gather around. But no, that's something I heard when I was kind of like talking to folks about it was that, this one, everything else is so linear.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, that makes sense. It's like when like when I recently watched the Moby Dick movie.
Yeah.
And the one with Gregory Peck. And it was just like, oh my God. I mean, you could do a book by numbers kind of in a lot of ways, even though I've heard the Winona Ryder one is really great and all of that.
There are really good Little
it's a great
Women's.
story.
Yeah.
But this is like, all right, it's
like Shakespeare level.
But let's kind of mix it up. And I love that. I love kind of blowing it up.
Yeah.
Switching it around. I think there's the infamous story. I think it's The Constant Gardener.
Yes.
Was
that's in the Atemporal book.
Yes. Yeah. Because that one was originally meant to be, point A to point B.
Right.
They didn't. And then in editing, they swapped it around. They switched it up. Yeah. I really want to. I've never seen it, but I just remember hearing about it so much in film school.
Sure. Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God. And honestly, I think about it almost every day.
Yeah.
Like there's something about, I have to watch the movie. I gotta know.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't
Ray
seen
Fiennes,
it either.
I mean, I'm just like,
We're there.
yeah, in that kind of era. Yeah. So I'm in. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think I love that idea. I mean, this Little Women is kind of exemplary of like how blowing it up and blending it all together creates something new. Like you're telling new parts of the story that almost didn't exist in the linear version in a way, because you're able to comment on yourself.
Yes. And, you know, my good friend Kuleshov would say,
yes,
you know, when you pile something up over here and you pile something up over there, you create meaning as soon as you do that. So, I mean, just it makes me just think about so many movies, like when it's like what would happen if you put the ending at the beginning?
Right.
Like, what does that do?
So much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's the Hitchcock, like gun under the table.
Yeah, exactly. Chekhov's gun.
Yeah. Like knowing about it changes,
recontextualizes. It does, yeah, because you're thinking about it and you're adding all of these new things, and especially if you're kind of like drip feeding it, like this one is too.
Right.
It's not giving like a clear thing. Like there's like two realities kind of happening simultaneously almost, or maybe even more than that, as we're kind of like going back and forth.
Yeah. Well, she does describe it as like you're starting at point A here and moving forward. You're starting at point A here and moving forward. The only thing is that they're 7 years apart.
Yes.
And this one ends where this one begins.
See, that's kind of great.
Which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
It's like Memento in a lot of ways.
A question. Greta Gerwig, why do you think she was right for this? Like, what is the great? Because I know you like Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, I love Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, and so I'm like wondering, because obviously Barbie would come out after this,
right?
I think that was probably her next film after this.
Yes.
And now she's going to do Narnia.
Yeah,
and which is crazy. So I'm like, I kind of wanted to as a Gerwiger yourself.
Yeah.
What's the Greta
sauce
thing? Yeah,
to
what's
me,
the Greta sauce?
I think the most important thing is like she's adding mumblecore to this like legacy thing. Yeah. Like you're feeling this energy that hasn't existed in this property like ever before, you know, in the way they talk and the way the camera moves. Like you've never seen a Little Women with camera moves like this, basically. And I think when you look at Barbie, when you look at Narnia, like these are movies that need that, or properties that need that kind of like revitalization.
Yeah.
You know
that's a good point. Yeah. She's the revitalizer.
Yeah. She's like imbuing it with so much more than what it was or could be.
That's
you know
a good
what I mean?
Point. Yeah. I feel like that was J.J. Abrams
for a while.
For some time too.
Right.
Like I'm thinking about these like people that were brought in to like bring new life to things, Star Trek, Star Wars, and so on. And then Greta's like, interesting.
Like bringing a specific thing. And to me, it's the dialogue like that I love in this movie. Like the energy, like, cause it's almost 1-to-1 with the other movies, like the dialogue that she's using.
Oh, interesting.
She's adding some things here and there, but a lot of it is from the book. So it's not like she's making any of these things up. It's just the performance and the way she's directing it that feels so different and makes it feel more alive. That's what I love out of it. And then when I hear her interviews and stuff, she talks about this movie as being like a meta movie because it's she's incorporating Louisa May Alcott's life into Joe's character. Yeah. With her getting this book and writing this book. And the end of the movie is her getting the book.
Oh, yeah. So that's not in the...
That's not like in the original thing. She's like adding all these things. And there's a great clip where she's talking about like, oh, this is like a meta movie through its reference of the other Little Women.
Wow, this is almost like perfect for Kevin. Hearing some of your ideas and things like Gatsby and stuff like that.
Exactly. Well, Gatsby is like directly influenced from this as well. Of like, how do I take this thing and bring to life like what it wasn't able to do in previous versions, you know?
Yes.
Like you could, like you said, paint by colors the novel to screen. Yeah. And we've seen that before and it's great. But what else is under there? Because to me, there is a lot in F. Scott Fitzgerald's life that is in The Great Gatsby. Yeah. Where you could imbue these characters with him and Zelda Fitzgerald and like add another layer to like what this movie was, you know? Like their own affairs and like quarrels and partying and like being kind of disassociated from the world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's just like, I feel like when you're adapting a book, you know, Kubrick is so emblematic of this too, of like not just doing
he's
the
king of
simple
it.
thing and like adding so many more layers to it, you know?
I mean, we did our Stephen King episode.
Yes.
And I think that's kind of perfect for that as well as like, what does it mean to take a story literally?
Right.
It, you know, more often than not, I would say it hinders it. It hampers it.
Yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson is another great example of like
There Will Be
taking
Blood.
source material.
Right.
Yeah. There Will Be Blood, the best of the examples.
Yeah.
And then kind of like taking that to
A whole new level.
So, yeah, it's so different than what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's the best way of like handling that sort of thing. And so when we get to Narnia, like I'm so excited.
I'll be
Narnia.
very interested to see.
I love Narnia as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I love Greta Gerwig.
Yeah.
So the expectations are high, to say the least.
Netflix. It's Netflix, which is kind of crazy.
Which adds its own thing to it.
It adds its own sauce. We will see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how that one goes. But yeah, I just feel like I love this movie, and I was crying like the whole way through with the Beth character passing away, and like that line of the tide going out.
Yeah.
And like it's not being able to stop it. Yeah.
Maybe that's something about now we've changed this to a meta-realism episode. Is that what happened? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I were to talk about the atemporal aspect, I think there's something about atemporal that is like memory.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And how we like, there's a flattening in our minds of all of our prior experiences.
Right.
And that's what I think a lot of this kind of genre can do.
Right.
That I think is very interesting, which is just like you have all of these things and having the context, if someone dies, for example, having the context of like all of these different aspects of their life and even what happens after they die.
Yeah.
And what that does. Like it makes that, like that's something so interesting to have like,
both of these things happening at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause they like, I love how that's such a great example of the atemporalness of like showing this moment when she does get better and she is healthy.
Yeah.
And then comparing that to when she does pass away.
Kind of perfect. Yeah.
Oh man, that's when you're like hitting the hardest. Because in the back of your mind, you know that moment is going to come at some point. Yeah. And then it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so great.
It's a hard hitter.
And, you know, on top of that, I think atemporal is such a big part of metarealism because in order to mash realities, you need to break time.
Yeah.
Time cannot exist.
True.
In a lot of ways.
Movie time is not, it really isn't compatible.
Yeah. Like you can't have the linearity. Like linearity and time are almost like, what is it? Synonyms?
Yeah.
You know, they operate in the same way.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like we're going to still talk about atemporality throughout all these movies because of that.
Yeah, true. Well, you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah. So moving on. And throughout these, I kind of want to point to like the difference between youth and adulthood and then how these films are kind of like stylizing that.
Okay. Oh, also, I just want to shout out the podcast is very atemporal.
Yeah.
With how we kind of deal with like what we bounce back and forth and back and forth from like different things. And so.
And then they all mesh together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's what I'm thinking. And as a movie, it's a great style.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Happy place.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess with another precursor to this thing of I feel like this Little Women and then this upcoming movie more clearly show the youth versus adulthood. Mm-hmm. And then the last two becomes another thing.
Yeah.
Like it elevates this sort of style.
Oh, I can't wait to see what your
thing is.
Yeah, what the third one is of the
Sure.
Yeah. Because I could see each one of them in an interesting way being one that's different than the other two.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think, these are the last two are more amorphous. Like, because to me, the second movie, Mary is happy, Mary's happy.
Okay.
I think Mary is happy, Mary's happy as a story is more clearly linear. But I think through its style and through its presentation, it has a very meta-realism sort of tinge to it.
Yes.
Like they're wearing costumes, like they wear the same thing every day, which feels very like comical. And then it's like an adaptation from a girl's tweets consecutively. So like each mini scene is like constructed from a tweet.
Yeah.
Which is, there's like an absurdism to it.
It's insane. Because when they start, and just for folks, there are over 400 tweets and they go through every single one.
Yeah.
Like it was actually,
impressive.
It was like, it was impressive. And it was honestly like difficult to watch because there's so much in it, but then you rest in it and then you kind of get it. But for the first 20 minutes I had to like stop because I was like, holy shit. I have to like really focus up and be a good viewer here because it is crazy.
Blink.
Yeah. But man, I have so many great things to say about this one of all of them. This one was my favorite.
Hell yeah. I love to hear that.
Oh my God. It was so funny for one. And then at a certain point it changed. It really changes tune. It gets very dark. But for a while it's so screwball-y and weird and so great. And it's just like, and the editing, obviously the editing for all the rest of these movies is going to be such a key aspect of it. I was in love with the energy it brought, the unbelievable amount of humor it came in with, and then willing to shift gears in another direction. I mean, just to talk, I don't know how they made this movie, but how did they make this fucking movie? Like, how do you, because some of these tweets for folks, like they are pretty amorphous sometimes.
Yeah,
like
it's like philosophical.
Yeah, philosophical, or like they say like banana or something. That is not one of the things. But then they somehow, but for example, they would incorporate that into the dialogue or into something in the scene that would happen before the next tweet shows up.
Right.
And
it's like somehow creating story out of these things that don't exist.
What an amazing... It's crazy. I've never seen anything like this.
And like, do they interview the real person and like ask her what these things are about, or are they just like interpreting it? You know,
that's a great question. I think in my mind canon, it is that they are interpreting it,
right?
And they're coming up with it, and
it's just free.
And exactly. Which part of me likes that idea a lot because it's just like, whoa, that's crazy. Yeah. And it's this thing that I love about just imbuing meaning into nothing into what can feel chaotic, which I think is just like so naturally human, is to look at chaos and try to determine meaning.
Well, I was going to say it's a perfect adaptation of the internet.
Yeah.
You know, like capturing that chaos and that scatteredness. And it's literally from Twitter. Like, it is the like internet kind of movie in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah.
And I just can't help but think of Mamma Mia right now of like taking something that wasn't meant to be a movie and like adding a story to it and just making it like the craziest fucking thing.
Yeah, you're talking
ever.
about like adapting the songs and turning them
into
this
like
is perfect.
a thing, you know, of like
one-to-one.
There's like putting a story into a thing that wasn't meant to hold a story, but it does in such a great way, you know? And it's real. It's like about life. It's not like frivolous. It's not like, it's not just the fun and like campiness of it. It's still like about growing up and losing your friends, like literally losing your friends. And so, I just feel like there's like a Godard reference. Yeah. Like literally he shows up in the movie.
Yes, I know. Yeah. He's looking away like, and I think it's a dream or something like that. But he's like, there's one shot where I'm watching, I'm like, oh my God, this is so Wong Kar-wai. And then the character walks up and he's like, we don't have time for Wong Kar-wai right now. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah. I was like, that's great.
It has the freedom to like do all these things.
And that's that's like the first half of this is some of the most amazing filmmaking I've ever seen. It blew my mind.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's so unbelievable what they were just willing to do.
Yeah,
there's like no rules.
Yeah, literally,
and their performances are so good.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. Their comedic timing is so perfect.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like the back half, I just felt like I didn't like it as much just because we lost one of the characters.
Right.
And so it becomes a different movie, which I respect.
Yeah,
but I'm just like, damn, I love that. Oh, it's so good. But the first half will always exist and it's great. And yeah, phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really, really awesome.
Yeah, this was on your top 4 or whatever for, I don't know if it still is, but it was for a long time.
It's in my top 10, but yeah, it was in my top 4. Nashville took its spot because Nashville is awesome.
Altman, the king of Atemporal.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's just doing so much with his stuff. But I do really love this movie still because to me it feels like Baumbach adjacent.
Yeah.
Like they're both obviously influenced by similar things, like the new wave specifically. But it's so weird. There were like lines from this movie that felt like they were from Baumbach movies, are echoing like Baumbach sentiments. Like she goes to Paris just like Frances Ha.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
You know, like there's all these things.
And this
of
came
like
out 1 year after that.
Yeah, it came out just around the same time. Like
that was so random.
Yeah. a lot of that stuff is just like super random. And I don't know. It just felt like a Baumbach film. Yeah. In a lot of ways. And I just still love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Like it's like Baumbach meets, because it is very mumblecore.
Yeah,
it's like Baumbach, but what is the kind of absurd? Because Baumbach doesn't go as absurd. Yeah. And there's like all those scenes where like the phone blows up in her ear like over and over again. It's very funny. And there's a lot of scenes where it's just like they're like laying on the ground. Like it's almost like a Wes Anderson, like it's like Fantastic Mr. Fox almost, or any of his films where it's like, oh my God, it's just so funny and absurd. This kind of situation and the framing of it and what the characters are doing. Because some of the characters just act like abnormal.
Crazy.
Yeah. Like especially like not the headmaster or whatever, but basically like his like second in command, I guess, that's kind of giving orders.
Oh, sure.
Like for the yearbook and stuff at a certain point.
And then
like he's so funny.
Yeah.
Because he just like says everything straight. And it's just like, it's always the worst news.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting.
I think Wes Anderson's a good one. But I feel like Godard's comedies like echo this.
True, because they're willing to just kind of break the rules and do weird things.
Like A Woman is a Woman, I think is kind of like this.
True, yeah.
Just like kind of all over the place and like fucking
weird.
It's
been a while, but I think you're right.
Yeah. And then to me, Cat in the Hat, like this is Cat in the Hat level, like just go in there.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to do everything.
Yeah. Oh man, they could do something so good with Cat in the Hat. They're just not brave enough.
Yeah. There was a lot there.
Yeah.
There's
so much like, they
talk about a book.
They don't know what they have.
Yeah,
they don't know. There's something good there. I mean, just Dr. Seuss in general. There's some stuff you could do with that.
Oh yeah. Especially like the kids and like the multiple worlds. Like, yeah. There's a lot.
There's a lot of cool stuff. Especially if you made it. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm just coming up with ideas. That's for another podcast. Riffing. Yes, exactly.
Add that to the movie mash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm glad you like this movie because this is my favorite from these. I mean, this and Little Women are like two of my favorite movies, like of all time.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I would say this is a little bit of Denpa cinema, if you've heard.
No, I haven't.
It's like a Japanese kind of Y2K genre.
Like I'm thinking like Japan Y2K. I think of Nobody Knows, but that's not.
No, it's more stylized.
Okay.
It's like more kind of like.
Oh, there's so many like early. There's so many Y2K Japanese films on Letterboxd Top 250 that I've never seen. Like there's one about these schoolgirls.
Swing girls?
Yeah.
That's that? Denpa.
Okay, yeah. Hey.
There you go. We're connecting the dots.
I know. Yeah. I look at the Top 250 a lot because I'm like, what do I want to watch?
Yeah.
But I can't wait to watch that one.
Yeah, I downloaded that one.
Yeah. I don't say that. Don't say that on mic.
Well, I think it was from whatever.
Doesn't matter.
That's like, this is obviously Thai, so it's pulling from that through influence and stuff. But yeah, it's like a lot of school children, grief, technology, like all these things.
Oh yeah, the text. Yeah, just like early 2000s tech is like the perfect
like the flip
for
phone.
movies. Yeah, and maybe it's just because we grew up in it that I love it so much.
Yeah, it's so like our era.
Yeah. I even love Totally Fucked Up
in that same way.
Yeah. The tech and where it like sits in that.
The phones.
Yeah, the phones are great. The clear plastic, like that whole the attitude and everything.
Yeah.
I want to say about Mary's Happy.
Yes.
They need to release a better version, like quality version out there.
Sure.
Because it looks like it is so beautiful.
Yeah.
But all you can find, you can't even buy it anywhere.
Oh, I downloaded it off this site. They had it pretty good quality.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I got the one off Archive.
Okay.
Which I'm guessing, like when I looked at all the different things, it looked like it was the best quality. I mean, it was over a gig and everything.
Okay.
But I just want the real 4K solid sauce version. Because I'm just like, it looks so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And
it is
obviously
a beautifully shot movie.
It is.
Yeah.
It is so amazing. And I'm just like, I feel like it isn't available to most people in a lot of ways. And I think that's real.
Shame.
It is such a shame that
we got to start a distribution.
Yes. Yeah, we really do. Gucci made that, or Gucci funded this.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Yeah. I'm just like, Gucci, come on.
I know they should fucking.
I'm so surprised this isn't in the Criterion collection because it's so
perfect for
it.
Well, we can pitch it. You can.
Yeah.
They have
you can actually write it. Yeah.
Yeah. You can write to them and add.
Yeah. There's no way someone hasn't. But
I might do it. Right now.
Yeah. You absolutely should.
Yeah. Because it is perfect for that. It's like,
I mean, Cleaners too.
Yeah. For sure.
And I imagine Totally Fucked Up's already.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's so great. I forgot what I was gonna say, but whatever.
It doesn't fucking. The movie is great. You did good.
Done good, kid.
Yeah. It was long though. It was a very long movie because it was the longest out of all these, or when maybe not longer than Little Women, but it's just had a lot to go through.
Yeah.
But that was like the one thing where I was like, holy shit! Like this is.
It is pretty.
It's
lengthy.
going to be doing this for over 2 hours.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, even though it is very scattered and chaotic, like I do really like how this movie holds on a lot of shots.
Yeah,
and like will keep a frame for like a long time.
It's so great.
Yeah.
I mean, and the whole like waiting for the perfect light and stuff like that is such a great thing that kind of goes through the whole movie and makes for some great,
so symbolic, or like metaphorical, for like childhood.
Yeah, and then there's just some great scenes of when they're like, she's waiting to take the photo and we're just waiting. And then she just doesn't.
The light's gone.
Like the light's gone. and then they scream like, fuck or bitch. And then cut away really fast. Oh my God. It was just so funny.
So good.
Oh my God.
Like magic hour is worth waiting for.
Yes. Yeah. It's such a great
beautiful
metaphor.
Sentiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. And then the yearbook ends up that they're just taking photos like so basic ass, and
she's
what you lost.
Inside.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Very, very cool way to portray growing up.
Yeah.
And what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because by the end you lose a lot of that energy.
Yeah.
Like all of that is gone.
Yeah.
The editing and everything, the way everything's shot, it's like it's lost that kind of.
Yeah, it kind of loses the absurdism besides the general absurdism that is what the format that it's talking about at all. Because also she's not sending any of these tweets. Like this is just like her existing and these tweets are just narrating it, which is I just kind of piece that together. That is an interesting thing.
It's not
which
like
makes me think more and more it is not actually like a part. These are two separate things.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because then it's not like rooted in reality. I mean, obviously it's not, but like it further delineates it from like reality in a lot of ways.
It does open. The film does open with saying these are tweets.
Yeah.
So it does make it clear. And it also like every time the tweet comes up, it says like reply, forward, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it is interesting. And then there's no tweeting in the whole movie, which is just kind of a weird.
It is.
It's so two disparate, separate ideas that they just threw together. And it's like, let's do that crazy. More.
Yeah. Like create meaning.
Yeah. I love creating meaning.
Yeah. And what a way to like kind of elevate title cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Like making it different. You know?
There's some great different uses of it in the film too, like different ways it revealed text at times.
Right.
At one point, I forget what it is, like one of the heavy ones at the end, it like did the send tweet sound effect before it even came up. And it came up later, which was kind of an interesting, like there were a few times they kind of broke the standard thing and I was like, oh wow. So they're also playing with that as well.
Editing.
Oh, editing is great. And then like even, cause this is the one that had the December, October, like it had the times, the months, right?
Right.
They never waited the same amount of time every time a month came up. Like, or what I mean is like when the black screen came up before the text showed up, it was always different. Like there were times it was like fast, slow, like I couldn't land on exactly what it was because I'm like, as an editor, I'm always thinking of kind of rhythm, and like what it is.
And the this repetitions
one, it did so many different weird things in editing, and it makes you just be like, and that's what exactly. That's what I love about it is like, I wish more people would be okay with like, you know what, fuck it. Fuck it.
I mean, we were just talking about this, right? Of like the stuff that we're editing right now. It's like there's a standard version where you follow the script, but then there's like that second edit where you could just like start rearranging things and like putting voiceover into stuff. Like it could just be so much like so different than what we're kind of normally used to. And I would say this is the movie that propelled me into what Seeking Something Missing is now. You know, so it is kind of it is the deepest well, I would say, of like influence and inspiration. And stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Because part of me thinks totally fucked up.
I mean, we'll get into that.
Yeah. Because that one feels more one-to-one
with
on a stylistic or production standpoint.
I had just seen that movie like so much later in the writing process that it wasn't like a thing for me.
Oh, that's so interesting.
I did watch it and be like, oh, this is exactly like what I'm doing, basically. But I hadn't seen it until I had
Convergent evolution.
No, 100%.
That's cool.
100%. I saw this and was like mind blown. Yeah. And was like, okay, I want to make that. Yeah. Because I had written something that was more like story based. Yeah. Like this happens and then this happens.
It's good to have this in the back pocket for when someone's like, you can't make a movie like that. Yeah. When you pitch something, it's like, no, like, you actually can.
Exactly. Like this just gives you so much more permission as an artist to like try it out, like blow it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be so perfect. I feel like,
but it is gorgeous. Like there are some things you don't like skimp on.
Yeah.
Like it sounds great. It looks great.
It's still a movie.
But it just does it differently. It's like a totally like different shape. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I so highly recommend this to people. Like this is so great.
Movie out of the bunch.
But it's also honestly out of all of them might be the hardest to watch just from
super.
Yeah. It takes. You know, you got to use your movie watching skills a little bit for this one.
You have to jump in with the movie or else you're not going to like vibe out at all. Yeah.
But it's great, especially if you like watching movies and you like freaky shit. Yeah. This is perfect.
Up there. Yeah. And like, dude, no one talks about this movie. No one knows about this movie.
This is Bowfinger.
Yeah, for real. This is my Bowfinger. So I definitely love this movie. And,
great.
Yeah. So as we move into these last two, I kind of see these next two movies as like a synthesis of adulthood and childhood. Yeah. Whereas these first two were like clearly separating the two. Yeah. Like I feel like these movies are the child confronting like adult situations in a lot of ways. Cleaner's more kind of like directly, and that's kind of what we'll talk about right now. Yeah. Like I feel like with the Philippines specifically, like they're like these high school kids dealing with very real like situations like political corruption and like all these things.
That vignette is crazy.
Wild.
It's like the movie, like I didn't think it was ready for that. Like all of a sudden it like elevated itself in that vignette. I was like, whoa, it's like going somewhere so cool and interesting. And that was my favorite vignette of the thing.
Because now you're saying something.
Yeah, exactly. It was really, really cool.
Yeah. And I think that's what you get from Filipino filmmaking is like there's so much political stuff to like put into your stories.
Yeah.
Like even if it is this kind of cute coming of age thing, it can still talk about like the politics and like gender and all these stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is more of like an anthology-ish thing. Each episode chapter is like based on a character. And what I do like is how this movie towards the end coalesces all these characters together. You know,
no, the final scene is so great.
It's so fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And to me, overall, this and the next movie showing how, because adolescence is neither childhood or adulthood, you're like in limbo.
Yeah.
You're like stuck in this in-between thing and can't latch on to one or the other.
I
anymore.
like the limbo analogy.
Yeah.
I think that actually is a really great way to say how it kind of feels in this film. Like maybe all of the vignettes all kind of have like these people that like
floating.
Yeah. And then like trying to grab onto something.
Yeah.
And like something about this, like the life around them just isn't working with them.
Right.
How many, are there 3 vignettes or 4? There's
there's 4.
There's the plant, there's the dancing, there's the political.
And then the couple, the prom one.
Ooh, I'm trying to find it in my brain now.
The last one before it ends, where he like asks her to prom, and then there's like people that are bullying them.
Oh
and
yeah.
Like pregnant.
Yes. Oh my God, it got so
real.
So real. And it was great because at the end, also should say that the movie is black and white.
Yeah.
And then the main characters are colored with like highlighter.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's fucking awesome.
For one, I mean, like that's kind of nuts on its own thing.
Right. Like super stylized.
Yeah.
And they're like taking out frames.
Yeah.
It's like really kind of jittery.
Yeah, exactly. It's obviously a lower frame rate, which obviously for their sake, it saves them some time of like
coloring. I mean, I think that's part of it, maybe. Yeah.
But it makes it look cool. I love that.
Yeah.
I love the look of it.
Right.
But yeah, no, so it's all the main characters are colored, and then especially at the end, they all kind of like end up coming together.
Yeah. And then that color becomes like their aura. And
exactly.
Stuff,
They're like emitting it out of themselves into the world for the first time. And then just randomly, like maybe not randomly, but at what seemingly random point, it just cuts to the girl having the baby.
Yeah.
And then it
screaming.
Just screaming. Yeah. And then just coming back. And then we're like
still here.
We're still with all the other characters again. It was like that, just that cut alone made me just be like, whoa. Like there's just something amazing about that.
Yeah.
About just like sending like a random like call out into this like otherwise like already powerful scene.
Right.
And because I was thinking, I was like, that was the only other person that had a color that she's not here sort of thing. And
but then they're still able to tie it in.
Like, and I just love like throwing, and this is like throwing random things together and just seeing how it feels.
Right.
And I love that. So
that's kind of like the theme of this episode.
Yeah, it is. It's like,
It's like, what happens if I put this next to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah, no, I think that ending scene like damn near makes me cry every time.
Yeah.
Because it's like such a release, like being kind of in that limbo, and then you get to just like exalt it out of you. Like, and then that cut, I have to kind of agree or, second that motion.
Yeah.
Like that cut is fucking
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Because it catches you, even watching this a second time.
Yeah.
That cut still.
It doesn't feel like it belonged where it was.
No.
Almost like it was a forgotten shot.
Right.
But it just
works
elevates
so
it
perfectly with what is happening. It's just like, oh, dude, yeah. It's so good. And that story is fresh on your mind. Like, that was the last chapter before this thing happened. So, yeah, it's pretty great. This is another movie that I had seen while writing.
Oh yeah.
Seeing something missing, with like the character chapters and stuff like that.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Was this in your top 4 for a bit or no? This isn't.
No,
this doesn't land in the top 10.
This didn't crack it.
Yeah.
I think it is an interesting comparison. This and Mary's Happy, because I feel like they're kind of doing similar things I just, there's something about Mary is Happy, you know?
Oh, it feels,
Like,
yeah. And it's not a knock on this because this one
No,
is
no, no.
great
It's
and it is
still great.
amazing.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah, yeah.
clear, like, although it presents itself almost like student filmy
Right.
and like very low budget,
It's so
it's
elevated.
not.
Yeah.
It's so elevated.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It just feels, it actually at a certain point is like, oh, this is intentional.
Right.
Especially when you look at the directors of their work, like they clearly are able to do anything that they want, which I think is a really, it's always cool when it's like how it's one thing that I love about like impressionists, like
Sure.
painters and things like that.
Like they can choose to
they
do
can
this.
choose to do it like that, but they want to be an impressionist and they want to see things in this different way.
Right.
And that's how this feels, is like there's an impressionistic quality to it.
Yeah.
And it's messy and it's weird.
Yeah.
It breaks so many rules.
Right.
And once again, another movie I've never seen anything like this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I love Cleaners because it's so like expressive of Filipino like culture. And
There's so much Filipino culture in it where I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm learning something
while
right
this
now.
thing's happening. Yeah. And everything that you're saying of like, it's crazy, it's messy, it's not perfect. Like that's living in the Philippines, like this colonial country with like all these different influences. The politics are really fucked up.
Yeah.
Like people have been fucked over. And there's this thing, I know in Japan specifically, but I'm sure it's like prevalent amongst all Asian cultures of like using absurdism and comedy to kind of circumvent or like what's the word, challenge like Western properness or like, you know, society or culture or whatever. Like it's a way to break the quote unquote rules that were kind of placed upon them in a colonial sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is kind of taking from that or using that in a lot of ways of like the kind of rigidness of being in class or being in school. And then these stories kind of like growing out of this garden, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Hell yeah. You hit it. You hit it. I just got to sit and enjoy it. It makes me think of Magellan as well as like another like Filipino movie that is taking on that thing. And I think that's a very exciting direction to take it.
Totally.
And that one having a very satisfying win.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
True.
Against the literal stuff.
Yeah. We've seen some good Filipino movies.
Yeah, and this is like on Letterboxd when you go to like the country. This is the second most popular Filipino movie.
Yeah. So it's Letterboxd.
Yeah, Letterboxd approved.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of crazy to think like and just cool that this is like one of the top Filipino movies. At least I guess I imagine. Yeah. And I imagine Letterboxd does go very Western. I imagine in like how
there's a lot of users around the world.
Yeah. I'd be curious how it differentiates.
But in the country.
Yeah. Just because I'm like, what would Filipinos say are like the top films for them?
Well, I would think that it is because my most Letterboxd review is this Filipino movie, and it's like all these random Filipinos liking my review.
Cool. Yeah. Nice. Okay.
So I feel like there's a pretty big user base from the Philippines, and I'd have to assume this is like somewhat
something they really
accurate.
like.
Yeah. That list, because I don't know, this thing is just so perfect for what, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because the way my mom describes living in the Philippines and like not wanting to be there, or like kids are always pregnant, it's like in high school, like super young, people are in gangs, like there's so much fucked up shit that is happening, and like she wanted to like get out of there basically.
Yeah.
Like you either get stuck in it or you escape. And I feel like all these characters are just stuck.
Yeah.
Like they're in mud and they don't know how to get out a lot of times, which is adolescence in my
I mean, it's just like
in my experience.
Yeah. And it's also like acting more adults than you realize you are.
Yeah. True.
It's just kind of like being stuck in the prism of adolescence.
Right.
Is kind of how it feels.
Right.
Because Mary is Happy and these kids are like so beyond like what they're saying. And maybe that's just like, that's a friendly reminder. Like as we're growing up, there's this quality we have, the dreaming quality, like this thing of like what is possible.
The humanity.
Yeah. And we don't really realize because some of the things we like get on about or hate about ourselves are like, it's all so, we don't really know like how bad it is, how good it is, or what have you. But there is like this amazing quality where we all think like we are adults now. We're fully formed right now.
Right.
And in some ways you're formed in a lot of different places, but there's still so much more
to grow,
more beyond. Yeah. But I love these characters in this movie.
Yeah. All super relatable.
Yeah.
And, like, I've met these people and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Pretty great. I know the opening story is like so perfect for
it was
an introduction
so weird.
to this movie.
It was so weird.
Yeah, like her pooping on stage and not being able to dance, and
and the sound effects were insane. Like they were so in your face.
Yeah.
Like these pooping sounds.
Yeah, when she's like dragging herself.
But then the rest of them, like at first, so I'm watching that and I'm like, what is this shit that Kevin has me watching? Because it was so weird. And so crazy. But then once again, it like proving like that it can go in any direction.
Right.
All the next ones all kind of do other interesting things and say interesting things. And it makes you like look back and be like, oh, they really wanted to do that.
Yeah.
To do that weird, very weird.
Yeah.
Because it's also like the only one that like also like breaks time and space by having like the plant grow like
the next morning.
Yeah. It's like so weird. It's just weird. Yeah. Which I like.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird is good.
Weird is good.
And speaking of weird.
Yes. Weird.
Let's talk about Gregoraki.
Yeah. This is my first Gregoraki.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I showed you. Were you there for the?
You're talking about at the fitting?
Yeah.
I wasn't. I only on set.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't go to the pre-fitting or whatever it was.
Did we show it when we were on set too?
There were a couple things being played. This was being played.
This was being played.
Yes, I think this was the only one. Yeah, because you had talked about you had seen because it's a trilogy, right?
Oh, you know what? I think I played Nowhere.
Oh, okay.
The third one or the second one or whatever.
At the where
fitting.
I was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So for everyone else,
anyways,
this is a trilogy from the director Greg Araki, who's kind of like a formative figure in the new queer cinema movement. And so this movie is just like...
Do you know where this sits on the trilogy?
I think this is the first one.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, I watched the commentary actually for this.
I saw it's on Criterion.
Yeah, it was on Letterboxd. Because you watched something... commentary?
I watched Bowfinger with the commentary. And I was like, this is kind of nice. A movie, if you know the movie pretty well.
Right.
It's really nice to just watch it differently. It's like a podcast.
Yeah. Because like... I've seen this before with some friends and like the aesthetics of it, awesome. Like
it's kind of
the editing,
perfect.
Fucking awesome. The title cards, awesome. And so I was able to learn a lot about like how this movie was made and like the content, like the backstory behind everything. Yeah. He made this like basically with some friends and by himself. He art directed, shot it, wrote it like all by himself. Had a producer.
He was all of the roles basically. Yeah.
And they just had friends like coming on. They have a role called Do It All Jesus.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. The credits, I watched the entire credits and they were so great. And like there was so much you could learn in there. Sure. I didn't realize it was like a Sundance thing as well, or at least it got some
National
funding.
Endowment of the Arts. Like he got a lot of grants.
It was kind of crazy
from like all these places. Yeah. And he was talking about how he had to write a different version of the script that was less explicit in order to apply to all these grants and stuff. Because this movie is like there's like porn, there's like people fucking doing drugs and like there's it's just like the most what's the word, hedonistic like kind of expression out of all of these. But it's just so great. And with the title cards and the credits, he like shot it on a TV. Like the title cards are shot with the TV screen behind it. So you see like the stuff moving. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you didn't really realize it until the credits that there was clearly like a screen that is like continuous through the entire frame.
Yeah.
Where like before it feels pretty broken up, and I was like, oh my God, I was like imagining,
Yeah.
did they cut out the
I guess
things?
he shot that like himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like he is doing everything. Like all the props are like from his apartment.
Yeah.
Like things that he's throwing in. Like, okay, we have this shot of a door. I'm going to put this picture, all right on. Like they're just so random and like just pulling things to put. And then he was basically lighting a lot of this stuff himself. Like he was talking about how
beautiful
like you put this gel on here, and he's like talking about how the lighting is almost kind of like happenstance to look that good.
Yeah.
Like they were using car headlights to light up a lot of the exteriors at night and stuff.
That's why I think that, and I'm not trying to insult the profession of lighting, but I think people need to relax.
Well, yeah.
Like I think there is like maybe it's just like leaning towards more hard lighting and natural lighting that I find more interesting just in general.
Yeah.
That I'm like, you see this and it just feels real, but it also feels like it has that aura, that bisexual lighting kind of energy that you'd get from like Eyes Wide Shut and beyond. Like it feels
true.
It captures that.
Yes, you're so right.
In like this dingy quality, but once again, shot on film, so it's beautiful.
Looks really, really good.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. And he was even saying like, I just can't believe how good it ended up looking. Like it's so crazy. We were just kind of like shooting it out in the streets and like trying to make it work.
But it looks so good. And, I mean, just keeping the camera low, which is something that they do a lot, I think just elevates so many things. I think people need to bring cameras down
with
more.
The wide angle lens, and it's like the Blockbuster store or whatever.
It's just so good when you kind of shoot things from there.
Yeah.
And so many characters are always on the ground.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of
or
got
laying
this like
down.
This kind of like stoner slouchy kind of like
very much a slacker film.
Slacker. Yeah. I jived. What is another movie that we've watched that also has a filmmaker that brought all their friends in, very low budget?
Milpeter's Monster.
I didn't think about that, but you're probably right. You're probably right. So I'm talking about
another one. I don't know.
Pink Flamingos.
Oh, yeah. Very.
So obviously we're talking about queer cinema. And I love this a lot more than I like Pink Flamingos. But they both are being like provocative in different ways.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think because John Waters, that movie comes from the 70s or something. So it's a little early. But I think new queer cinema pays like obviously a ton of
John Waters is like
John Waters. He's like the godfather of all this stuff. And I definitely agree. It's like Greg Araki, if you watch his other movies at some point, you see that John Waters' influence on his stuff.
Yeah.
It's like trash cinema, but it's like done in
he did
such
Smiley Face.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen, but I went looking through Greg Araki's like filmography. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. He's done like all these things.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And a big kind of part of his movies are taking these popular teen heartthrobs and turning them into like degenerates. And throughout this movie, you see all these people who are like really popular, but they're kind of shown in a different light or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think Nowhere starts doing that more explicitly.
Yeah. That's in this trilogy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has Totally Fucked Up, Nowhere, and then Doom Generation.
Oh, okay.
And so this is his trilogy kind of following this style. And you even like now watching back on this and hearing the commentary, you see like, oh, he got more money now.
Yeah.
Oh, he got the big movie star now. Like you see it grow, but it's still the same thing.
Yeah.
Like
I can't wait to see more because I'm like, I'm wondering how much this like gem like
grows.
Yeah, grows.
Yeah. Because it's taking that like the dialogue, the set design, the colors, like the way it's lit and everything, it just becomes more saturated and bolder.
Yeah.
Like I love Nowhere, like the set design. And then a lot of that stuff, they're putting like words on the wall, like using text as like wallpaper for like, and then putting that on everything. Like it becomes like a Cat in the Hat level expressionism, like with the colors and stuff. Like this is like the the mumblecore new wave version of that movie. It's like toned down, it's lower budget.
Yeah.
It's still getting there, but it's not quite
I love it.
elevated yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy how good it is.
Yeah.
Like for what it is, it's kind of crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like what they were working with and what they had. It's a beautiful fucking movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so great. And even like the kind of like non-actor acting that is in this, I love that.
It's so good.
Yeah. Like, and it feels great. Even when like some of the performances are kind of stilted and everything like that,
Right.
it just fits because it creates that, especially in characters like this, that kind of awkward delivery and strangeness. And also like, I don't want to say gentle or maybe sentimental, or I guess genuine.
Yeah.
There's a genuine quality to each of these characters and what they bring to it that feels really good. And
yeah. I think kind of tying this to Cleaners, like using style as an expression of youth. It's still episodic, but I would say less anthology. And then the way the characters coalesce. And then also the limbo thing of like, being a teenager, you're just floating. You kind of don't have a place and you're just kind of here. You know?
Yeah. Sleeping in someone else's house, like doing all these things, kind of ending up all over the place.
Right.
Yeah. And then how it ends with like kind of like not getting through on the phone.
Right.
Is like all it takes kind of at the end for him to like totally break, which is a really interesting thing because what it's saying, I'm not exactly sure at the moment, but it's like all of these they're all talking to each other.
Right.
That's all they're really busy doing in some ways. And then like, he's just kind of like the odd one out. And yeah, it's just kind of crazy, but
yeah, they had mentioned that in the commentary of like, oh, this wouldn't work in today's world because like you could just text them.
Yeah. I know. Isn't that a bummer? Like how much I guess it's just changed.
Yeah.
Like you can't really do things in the same way. I think so many movies,
they lose
this power by this like communication that is instantaneous, you know?
Yeah. Or like I could just pull up Google Maps and I'm not lost anymore.
Yeah. It is kind of wild how it just like diffuses all conflict and drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes the piss out.
Yeah.
But that's why people don't use them.
Yeah.
Or that's why like movies set in the past just feel more visceral.
Yes.
Because that's how life was. Like you had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it is pretty crazy that I watched this late. Because the video cam stuff of them doing the interviews was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that takes us through coming of age meta-realism.
I mean, what an amazing genre of so much potential.
Yes.
That
underutilized.
It's literally just a playground that has no definitive end.
Yeah.
Like it can be anything. It can do anything. And I think the same thing that I love about Impressionism, Post-Impressionism, modern art, and all of these things is like rules are out the window.
Yeah.
Do something different. Learn from the masters. That's all good.
Yeah.
But also, what is it that you can bring that is so like just this tinge of something new?
Totally.
Yeah. And that's why like I think you just Kevin in general have so much potential because you think like this too. Sure. I can't wait to see what you come up with because I'm just like it's great to have like the inspirations and stuff you really like to come out of this place.
Yeah.
Is like what a great starting point.
Yeah, because talk about like there are no rules. Like when I watch these movies, it's like again giving you permission. To like do it differently and try something else. And I think that's so good as a filmmaker to like have that in, like you said, in your back pocket. Like to have this as the main influence is pretty crazy. Cause I think when you are learning as a filmmaker, you have to follow rules. You have to kind of like know 3-act structure. You have to know what style is. Yeah. But at a certain point, you have to break it all. You have to break the rules, you know? Yeah. Like kind of, that's what cinema is asking for, in my opinion, you know? It's not meant to be in a box. You kind of have to break it out a little bit. Yeah. Like
there's so many movies that have come out already.
Yeah.
That if we could evolve from that in some ways and not just make the same movies over and over again, imagine the potential, the world we could live in.
Right.
Where it's just like innovating on itself. It's very cool. And also just more evidence that cinema is not dead.
Yeah.
There is so much potential.
Right.
That isn't even, because it just feels like, I mean, I bet in the 1930s they thought they figured it all out,
right.
you know? And then just look at us now, so many different things. Oh, it's crazy. It's just nuts. And to think that these are all fairly recent, I mean, within our lifetime movies.
Yeah. Well, I think that's another important thing to point out of like, this had to grow and develop over time in order to get here. We had to know linearity. We had to know 3-act structure.
Yep.
But now, as a society, we can break all that stuff.
And kind of coming of age is perfect because that's what like teenage rebellion.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's in the subject matter too, is like, all right, we're going to do it differently. And it kind of captures it perfectly. Yeah. Nice.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly why I wanted to make this meta-realism and not atemporals, because it's doing all those things. Yeah. It's like meant to be this thing. Yeah.
Well, you feel good?
Oh yeah, I'm tired.
Well, then I think that's a perfect place to end it.
Yeah, that was great.
Great, thank you again.
It's good to be back in the studio.
It's good to be back in the studio. We're back. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you next time. That's a wrap. Adios. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wind Reel and Print is a podcast by Salad Brain Productions.
You can find us on Instagram at Wind Reel and Print Pod.
You can also find us wherever you get your podcasts.
And please, if you like the show, leave a rating and review.
We'll see you next time.